Invasion of the Body Snatchers is a 1978 American film and a remake of the 1956 film of the same name, directed by Don Siegel. And this is one of those remakes that, reminds us that this has been happening for decades and decades at this point. It didn't start in the early 2000s, as some people might think. But I will say, the remakes from the 70s and 80s, they seem to be born out of passion and not necessarily greed and, just going for low-hanging fruit. This film was directed by Philip Kaufman, one of the writers for the first Indiana Jones film, actually, and in general, a very popular and successful writer and director throughout the 70s and 80s. The cast here is truly special. One of my favorites, to be honest, and a big part about the film's, lightning in a bottle type feel. The main characters are played by the late, great Donald Sutherland, Brooke Adams, Jeff Goldblum, and Mr. Spock himself, Leonard Nimoy. The film centers around two health inspectors, played by Sutherland and Adams, who start noticing that almost overnight, many San Francisco residents are acting very strange. And around the same time, odd seed pods, sprouting bright pink flowers, are just showing up around the city, never seen before. Sutherland and Adams, with the help of friends, played by Goldblum and Nimoy, race to figure out what exactly is going on, as it seems to be getting worse by the day. So I think this film is just a masterpiece, a true masterpiece, and it's just everything you want in a movie. It's got great performances, great chemistry between the two leads, Sutherland and Adams. You have horror, you got sci-fi, alien invasion, a little body horror, and a ton of suspense. The feeling of claustrophobia just becomes strong when you begin to feel like you don't know who to trust, and the actors really make you feel that. You see the paranoia and fear through their eyes, and they execute it perfectly, I gotta say. I should probably mention that there are at least, that I know of, 2 other remakes of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but this is the only one you really need. Now, for the original film, this is going to, go in a similar direction that my previous video went in. And it is admittedly kind of funny that I started this series with 2 remakes that I find to be superior to the original films. That is a coincidence, though. This is just my personal opinion, too. And I do like the 1956 original. Unlike most remakes, though, I think as far as the general consensus goes, the 2 films seem to almost be tied, or pretty close, I would say, in terms of who prefers which. So, the original is very, very, very respected. It's a classic of its time. Now, here's the thing. I didn't grow up in the 1950s, and I didn't grow up around these films, and in the 80s and 90s, as a kid and a budding film enthusiast. Most of them I saw very late, and I still consider myself very new to all of that stuff. That, that 50s atomic age, sci-fi and horror. It's definitely a genre I need to delve deeper into for sure. But at the very least, I will definitely pick up, the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers and spend some time with it. That said, I don't see my mind changing anytime real soon. Anyways, that's it, guys. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you tomorrow for my 3rd video in this series. Same time, same place. Cheers, guys.